In a world that often feels like it's spinning out of control, finding your center can seem like a Herculean task. This is where the ancient wisdom of Stoicism isn't just helpful, it's essential. Stoicism teaches us that the only true possession we have is our ability to control our responses to external pressures. Yet every day, our senses are bombarded by subtle forces aimed at shaping our thoughts, actions, and desires. These forces aren't wielded by chance. They're the tools of manipulation used both by individuals and institutions aiming to benefit from our reactions. Today, we're diving deep into the art of staying true to oneself in the face of these manipulative tactics. It's not just about knowing what these strategies are, but mastering how to counteract them, ensuring that your decisions reflect your true self, not the influences of a world that often wants more from you than it gives back. We will explore 10 Stoic strategies to help you maintain your autonomy and live a life aligned with your values, free from the unseen strings that might otherwise direct your actions. Join me as we break down these complex interactions into clear, actionable insights. From emotional manipulation to the subtle art of information overload, we'll uncover the modern world's common traps and learn how to sidestep them with grace and wisdom. This isn't just another how-to, it's a journey towards personal freedom and empowerment, guided by Stoic philosophy. So, let's get started on this path together, armed with knowledge and the courage to apply it in our everyday lives. If you appreciate what we're doing here, a simple free favor I'll ask from you is to hit the subscribe button. Let's go. Number 1. Emotional manipulational fortitude. Number 2. Logical fallacies. Consider this. During a heated discussion, instead of tackling the substance of your argument, someone attacks your character. This is known as an ad hominem fallacy. It's a diversion tactic, focusing on you personally rather than the argument at hand, effectively sidestepping the real issues. Another common fallacy is hasty generalization, where a small sample is used to make sweeping statements about an entire group. For instance, seeing one negligent bicyclist and concluding that all bicyclists are careless. These fallacies skew reality, creating a distorted view that can lead to prejudice and misjudgment. Stoicism teaches us the value of perception and the importance of seeing things for what they truly are, not just what they appear to be. To guard against logical fallacies, we must cultivate a mind that prizes reason and seeks clarity. Questioning the logic behind statements, checking for evidence, and thinking critically are essential practices. Stoics emphasize focusing on what can be known and proven, and maintaining a steadfast adherence to the truth. Engage actively in conversations with a critical ear. Listen for claims that seem too broad or conclusions drawn without sufficient evidence. Ask probing questions. What evidence supports this claim? Or, is there another way to view this issue? This not only protects you from being misled, but also deepens your understanding and appreciation for genuine dialogue. Moreover, recognizing these fallacies in your own thinking is equally important. It's easy to fall into these traps in our reasoning, especially when emotions run high. By applying Stoic principles, you can observe your thoughts with detachment, identify biases, and align closer with objective reality. As you practice these techniques, you'll find your discussions becoming more productive and your judgments more sound, reflecting a true Stoic's pursuit of wisdom and virtue. Steering clear of logical fallacies isn't just about winning arguments, it's about reaching a deeper understanding and respecting the truth, principles at the very heart of Stoic philosophy. By cultivating a mind that thrives on reason and evidence, you can navigate through life's debates with confidence and integrity, ensuring that your beliefs and actions are always grounded in reality. Number 3. Gaslighting. Imagine walking into your home to find the furniture moved, but everyone around you denies it has been touched. Questioning your reality to this extent can make you feel like you're losing your grip on what's true. Gaslighting works similarly. It's a series of actions aimed at making you doubt your memories, perceptions, or even your sanity. This manipulation tactic can be subtler. It might start with small denials or contradictions that seem trivial at first. For instance, you might remember a conversation one way, but the other person insists it went differently, dismissing your version as a mistake or a misunderstanding. Over time, these contradictions can grow, extending to more significant parts of your memory and self-perception, leading you to question the reliability of your own mind. Stoicism, with its emphasis on self-mastery and resilience, offers a robust defense against gaslighting. The Stoic practice of focusing on what is within our control, our thoughts, perceptions, and reactions, can be incredibly empowering in such situations. One effective strategy is to keep a journal or a record of important interactions and events. This acts not just as a reference to confirm your memories, but also as a tool to reflect on your experiences objectively, without emotional bias. Additionally, validating your feelings and experiences through conversations with trusted friends or a therapist is crucial. These discussions can offer you a perspective outside of the manipulative environment, reaffirming the validity of your perceptions and grounding you in reality. Stoics value the community and counsel of wise friends as a means to keep one's own judgments and perceptions clear and rooted in reality. Remember, your perception of the world forms the bedrock of your actions and decisions. Protecting this foundation is not just about maintaining mental health, but preserving your autonomy and integrity. By trusting your instincts and seeking validation from reliable sources, you can reinforce your trust in your own senses. Acknowledging and respecting your reality is essential, as each person's perception of the world is uniquely their own, deserving of recognition and respect. Gaslighting challenges the very essence of your personal experience, but with Stoic wisdom and the right strategies, you can defend your mind against such attacks. Keeping a record, consulting trusted friends, and trusting your instinct are steps that align with Stoic principles, helping maintain not just your sanity, but your Stoic tranquility. Number 4. Group pressure. Pressure from peers or a group, often subtle and unnoticed, can profoundly shape our decisions and beliefs. It operates quietly, nudging us toward conformity and away from our true preferences. It's like being caught in a gentle current that imperceptibly carries you away from your chosen path. This force can be especially powerful because it appeals to our innate desire to belong and be accepted by others, making it easy to drift along with the crowd, even when it contradicts our deepest convictions. Stoicism, with its focus on inner fortitude and personal ethics, teaches us to remain steadfast in our values, regardless of external pressures. The Stoic principle of focusing on what is within our control, our own actions and responses, empowers us to resist being swayed by the crowd. Developing a strong sense of self-esteem and self-confidence is essential in this regard. It's about knowing who you are and what you stand for, which acts as an anchor, keeping you steady even in the face of strong social currents. To cultivate this inner strength, practice self-reflection regularly. Reflect on your values, your goals, and the reasons behind your choices. This self-knowledge builds confidence in your decisions and makes you less susceptible to being influenced by the opinions of others. Remember, it's not about isolating yourself from others, but rather about maintaining your authenticity within the group. Recognizing when you are being influenced is another crucial skill. Sometimes it's evident, like when someone explicitly pressures you to act a certain way. Other times it's more subtle, like feeling an unspoken expectation to agree with a group decision, even if you have reservations. In such moments, ask yourself, am I choosing this because I believe it's right, or because I feel pressured to conform? Standing your ground, especially when you find yourself alone in your stance, requires courage, a quality greatly admired in Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor, often wrote about the importance of living according to one's principles, even when faced with opposition. This might mean expressing a dissenting opinion in a meeting, or choosing a path that is unpopular but aligns with your ethical standards. Healthy relationships and groups will respect these differences, recognizing that diversity of thought strengthens rather than weakens the collective. Resisting group pressure is not just about saying no to others, but saying yes to yourself and your convictions. It involves a delicate balance of connecting with others and holding true to your path. Number 5. Excessive flattery. This form of manipulation exploits our natural desire for approval and validation. It feels good to be praised, to be told we are brilliant or exceptionally talented, especially if it seems to come from a place of sincerity. However, when the flattery is excessive, it can cloud our judgment, making us vulnerable to influence and less likely to see the strategic intentions hidden behind the sweet words. Stoicism teaches us the importance of self-awareness and maintaining an objective view of our own character and abilities. Seneca, one of the most revered Stoic philosophers, warned against allowing the opinions of others to control our emotional state. He advocated for a balanced perspective on oneself, recognizing one's virtues without being blind to one's flaws. This balanced self-perception acts as a shield against manipulation through flattery. When you know your value and your shortcomings alike, you can appreciate genuine praise while remaining cautious of compliments that seem overly generous or ill-suited to the situation. To cultivate this protective self-awareness, practice reflecting on your achievements and qualities realistically. Evaluate the praise you receive. Does it match your own understanding of your actions and their impact? If someone lavishes you with compliments that seem disproportionate or unearned, consider their motivations. Are they seeking a favor, or perhaps trying to influence your decision-making? Such scrutiny can reveal the true intentions that might be lurking behind their flattering words. Moreover, discussing these instances with trusted friends or mentors can provide an external perspective that helps to confirm or challenge your suspicions. This external validation can be invaluable in situations where you might feel uncertain about the sincerity of the praise you're receiving. Navigating the tricky waters of excessive flattery requires a stoic calmness and a firm grounding in reality. By maintaining a clear, realistic view of yourself and questioning the motives behind overly flattering comments, you can avoid being manipulated and maintain your autonomy. Just as the Stoic remains undisturbed by undue criticism, so too should they remain unswayed by undue praise, allowing them to interact with others with integrity and genuine confidence. Number 6. Isolation tactics. These are a particularly harmful form of manipulation, often used subtly and incrementally to separate you from your network of support. This can make you more dependent on the manipulator, enhancing their influence and control over your decisions and feelings. It's akin to removing the sturdy railing from a bridge while you're crossing it. Without support, you're more vulnerable to falling off or being led astray. When someone begins to isolate you, it might start with small suggestions or criticisms about your friends or family members. They might say things like, "Are you sure you can trust them?" or "I don't think they really have your best interests at heart." These comments can plant seeds of doubt about your relationships, causing you to question the intentions of those closest to you. Over time, this can lead to withdrawal from your support network, leaving you feeling alone and more dependent on the very person instigating the isolation. Stoic philosophy, with its emphasis on wisdom and personal freedom, encourages us to maintain independence of thought and to value those relationships that truly enrich our lives. The Stoics teach us to be discerning about whom we allow into our lives, but also stress the importance of community and supportive relationships. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about the interconnectedness of all people and the importance of mutual support. Thus, maintaining strong connections is not just beneficial, it's essential to our well-being. To counter isolation tactics, actively nurture your relationships. Make regular efforts to connect with friends and family, and be transparent about your interactions. Sharing your experiences and thoughts with trusted individuals not only strengthens your bonds, but also provides a safeguard against manipulation. It creates a feedback loop that can offer perspectives outside of the potentially manipulative relationship. Establishing firm personal boundaries is also crucial. Decide for yourself who you want to spend time with and how others should treat you. Trust your instincts if something feels off about how someone is acting towards your friends and family, or if you find yourself feeling isolated after spending time with someone. Pay attention to these feelings. They are often indicators that not all is well. Stoicism teaches us the importance of listening to our internal compass, our prohairesis, which guides our moral choices and judgments. Keep those lifelines of your relationships strong and active. Whether it's a weekly call to a family member, regular outings with friends, or even participating in community activities, these connections form a protective network that preserves your autonomy and mental health. In the face of attempts to isolate, such networks can act as a robust defense, ensuring that you remain balanced, grounded, and true to yourself in the spirit of Stoic resilience. Number 7. Ultimatums. This tactic can be profoundly unsettling because it artificially limits your perceived options, pushing you to make choices that may not truly reflect your desires or best interests. It's like being on a narrowing path in a dense forest, feeling compelled to follow a direction that doesn't feel right just because it's the only clear way forward. In situations where you're presented with an ultimatum, the first step is to not react immediately, despite the pressure to do so. Instead, take a step back to breathe deeply and create mental space. This pause is vital. It allows you to detach momentarily from the immediate stress of the situation, giving you the clarity needed to think through your options more thoroughly. Stoicism, which teaches the value of self-control and rational decision-making, can be particularly helpful here. The Stoic approach would encourage you to assess the situation using reason rather than emotion. Ask yourself, what are the real consequences of each option? Are there alternatives that haven't been presented? By evaluating your choices through this lens, you can avoid making decisions that are reactive and instead make those that are proactive and aligned with your values. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches that we should strive to maintain our agency and make decisions that uphold our moral and ethical standards. This means not just passively accepting the options as presented, but actively exploring other possibilities, even in the face of pressure. Sometimes the best response to an ultimatum is to redefine the terms on your own grounds. When assessing your options, consider which choice will leave you at peace with yourself. Aligning your decision with your inner values is crucial. It ensures that you are being true to yourself, not just capitulating to external demands. This alignment brings not only satisfaction, but also a sense of integrity and authenticity to your actions. Finally, remember that facing an ultimatum is often a sign of a power imbalance in a relationship, whether personal or professional. Reflect on the dynamics that led to this point, and consider how you might address these underlying issues. Sometimes the most stoic action is to seek a path that avoids such pressures in the future, maintaining your autonomy and fostering healthier interactions. When faced with ultimatums, embrace the Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These will guide you to respond not out of fear or compulsion, but from a place of strength and personal integrity, ensuring your actions reflect not just the lesser of two evils, but the greatest expression of your true self. Number 8. Blame shifting. This is a manipulative tactic where someone attempts to unload their responsibility onto you, often making you the scapegoat for situations beyond your control. This can leave you feeling unjustly guilty and questioning your own actions, even when you know deep down that you are not at fault. It's a disorienting experience, akin to being accused of causing a storm when all you did was watch the clouds gather. In the face of blame shifting, it's vital to stand firm in your truth. The Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus only on what is within our power, which includes our actions, intentions, and responses. This wisdom is particularly relevant here, reminding us to maintain a clear distinction between our own actions and those imposed on us by others. It is not just about rejecting undue blame, but also about understanding and asserting the limits of our responsibility. To effectively counter blame shifting, begin by grounding yourself in a solid understanding of the situation. Analyze the events objectively. What was your role? What factors were actually under your control? By separating facts from the emotions involved, you can discern whether the blame being directed at you is warranted. Moreover, clear and assertive communication is key. Establishing and articulating your boundaries clearly can deter individuals from using this tactic against you. For example, if someone accuses you of causing a problem at work that was actually due to external factors, calmly explain the sequence of events and your part in them, if any. You might say, "I understand the frustration, but let's examine what happened so we can address the real issues rather than assigning blame where it isn't due." Preserving your mental and emotional health is paramount when dealing with blame shifting. Stoicism offers tools for this preservation by encouraging detachment from external opinions and focusing on internal virtue. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, often wrote about the importance of remaining unaffected by the misjudgments of others. He advocated for an inner citadel, a mental fortress within which your sense of self and your virtues are safeguarded from external falsehoods and accusations. Practicing reflection and engaging in honest self-assessment can also fortify your defenses against blame shifting. By regularly examining your actions and motivations, you ensure that your conscience is clear, which strengthens your ability to respond to blame with confidence and integrity. Number 9. Information overload. When faced with an excessive amount of information, it becomes challenging to distinguish what is truly relevant and what is mere noise. This deluge can lead you to make decisions without full understanding or simply freeze under the weight of too many choices. It's akin to being in a library filled with countless books, all speaking at once. Finding the book you need becomes a daunting task. To navigate this flood of information, Stoicism teaches us the importance of focus and the disciplined passing of what we allow into our mental space. The Stoic practice of focusing on what is essential and disregarding the rest can be incredibly valuable here. By simplifying information and breaking it down into manageable parts, you gain clarity and retain control over your decision-making process. Start by identifying the core pieces of information that are directly relevant to the decision or issue at hand. This involves critically analyzing the data you receive. What is its source? What is its purpose? How does it relate to the other pieces of information? This process can be compared to sorting through stones to find gems. Focus on what adds value and discard the rest. Don't hesitate to ask clarifying questions. This is not just about gathering more information, but about enhancing your understanding of the information you already have. Clarifying questions help you drill down to the essence of the matter, cutting through the fluff that may have been added to obscure or complicate the issue. Questions like, "Can you explain how this is relevant?" or "What is the source of this information?" can help you navigate through the confusion and clarify your thoughts. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus emphasized the importance of maintaining control over one's mind and not being carried away by external forces. In the case of information overload, this means taking active steps to manage how you receive and process information. Limiting your intake to a few reliable sources or setting boundaries on how much time you spend processing information can also be helpful strategies. By simplifying complex information, asking probing questions, and focusing on what is essential, you empower yourself to remain clear-headed and decisive. This approach not only preserves your mental energy, but also aligns with the Stoic goal of living a reasoned and purposeful life, free from unnecessary disturbances and aligned with your core values. Number 10. Topic shifting. This can feel like you're navigating a conversation with someone who suddenly turns down a side street, leaving the main road and the main point behind. It can lead to confusion, frustration, and an unsatisfactory resolution, as the original objectives of the conversation are lost in a maze of unrelated tangents. In these situations, it's essential to remain anchored in the purpose of the dialogue, much like a Stoic remains focused on their principles regardless of external distractions. Stoicism teaches us the value of purposeful discourse and the importance of addressing issues directly and honestly. When a conversation begins to drift, gently but firmly steer it back to the core topics. You can do this by acknowledging the new point briefly and then linking it back to the main subject. For example, if a discussion about work responsibilities shifts to unrelated office politics, you might say, "While that's an interesting point, let's focus on solving the immediate issue at hand. We can address other concerns later." Questioning the relevance of sudden topic shifts is also crucial. This can be done by politely asking how the new topic relates to the original discussion. Such questions not only bring attention to the shift, but also encourage the other person to consider whether they are deviating from the subject intentionally or inadvertently. This strategy aligns with the Stoic practice of self-examination and encourages others to engage in a similar introspection about their conversational habits. Keeping the dialogue on track is not just about strict adherence to the initial topic, but about ensuring that the conversation remains transparent and meaningful. This involves actively listening, responding thoughtfully, and staying mentally present. The Stoics valued clear and open communication, viewing it as foundational to understanding and resolving conflicts effectively. In practice, maintaining a focused dialogue requires patience and a calm demeanor, qualities that are central to Stoic philosophy. By embodying these traits, you can influence the tone and direction of conversations, promoting a more structured and goal-oriented exchange. This not only makes discussions more productive, but also deepens your relationships through honest and meaningful communication. As we close today's journey through the wisdom of Stoicism, remember that the clarity and tranquility we seek in life often come not from the answers we find, but from the questions we dare to ask. Thank you for joining us here at Stoic Journal. Your presence enriches our exploration into the depth of Stoic thought. Now take a moment to deepen your understanding by watching one of the suggested videos on your screen. Each step you take on this path not only fortifies your own resolve, but also connects you to a community of thoughtful seekers. Thank you for being an essential part of this journey.